This is News 8 Now, this morning.
He actually followed her into the girls' bathroom, tackled her again, and dragged her by her arm into the boys' bathroom.
These kids, these adults, they need so much help and support in the world. If you want to make a difference in people's lives, like right now, like right away, this is a great way to do it.
This is a great way for me to feel more successful and more prepared with the more business side of things and not just the music knowledge side of things that go into it as well.
Good morning, everyone. That was your morning eye opener. I'm Sophia Pullman.
And I'm meteorologist Eric Dean.
It is Friday, May 12th. We are finally through the work week. Hopefully we'll have a great Mother's Day this Sunday.
That's all I hear now is, it's Friday,
Oh.
Friday, Yeah. But yes, TGIF, the weekend is here.
Yes.
And overall, not a bad start to the week. Remember yesterday? It was gorgeous.
It was gorgeous.
We were in the 80s.
It was gorgeous out on Wednesday.
Correct.
It was so nice.
Right, we were in the 80s.
I want to repeat.
And then, well, we had that yesterday. We had the high of 83. Not so much today. We're going to be in the 70s, but we have the rain chances in the forecast. Matter of fact, take a look here. At yesterday, we made it to 83 in La Crosse. 83 was the high in Sparta. 83 was the high in Black River Falls. Viroqua made it to 82. Boscobel made it to 85. 78 was the high in Eau Claire. 77 in Winona. And as I mentioned, our average high for this time of year is only 70 degrees, so it's going to feel cooler today as compared to yesterday, but this is where we should be for this time of year. Our high today is going to be around 73, so not bad. Now, we are seeing some rain being picked up on the radar scan right now, especially across our southern zones towards the Prairie du Chien area, portions of Winneshiek and Alameda County, southwestern Winneshiek and southwestern Alameda County. Seeing some heavy rain at this hour. And you can zoom in, you can see over towards, let's say, the Postville area. Seeing some heavy rain over towards the St. Lucas area, seeing some heavy rain as well. To the northwest of Caledonia, seeing a nice little band of rain and a little bit of heavy rain just to the west of Holman. But a lot of this green right now is not even reaching the ground, but it is being picked up in the upper levels of the atmosphere. So right now we're sitting at 64 degrees. That's where we were at the last hour. We have cloudy skies out there with winds out of the east at 3 miles per hour. Now, coming up in the first warn forecast, it is Mother's Day weekend, so the question is, will your mom need the raincoat, the sunglasses, or a little bit of both? I'll have that answer in a few minutes. Sophia, over to you.
Thanks, Eric. Let's get to some news this morning. The mother of an 8-year-old girl is calling for changes after she says her daughter was assaulted at a Sparta area school. In part one of our look at the district, News 8 Now's Dua Ishrar spoke to the mom who wants to know why her daughter's attacker is still in the building.
We're trying to do everything the right way.
On February 10, Jessica Crandall dropped her 8-year-old daughter off at Herman Elementary. Shortly after, she received a phone call from the principal.
Literally just came right out and said, your daughter was attacked today.
According to the principal, her daughter was using the girls' bathroom. On her way out, a 9-year-old boy tackled her. Jessica says her daughter escaped, but that wasn't enough.
He actually followed her into the girls' bathroom, tackled her again, and dragged her by her arm into the boys' bathroom.
Jessica says a teacher heard her daughter's screams and came to her rescue.
What if that teacher wouldn't have heard her? What would have happened? The only thing that ran through my mind, and it was the first question that I asked her, is, did he touch any of your private parts?
Because he didn't, Jessica says the school told her the boy received a 5-day suspension, which he spent off campus at a local daycare.
My concerns at this point is the safety of other children.
It was there, parents allege, the boy acted again, but this time,
My 4-year-old daughter was sexually assaulted by said child.
It scares me to death.
because the alleged second attack happened off campus, the school district says there's little they can do. So after his 5-day suspension, the boy returned to school. The district assured Jessica he was removed from other students and would slowly be integrated back to the classroom. Jessica wants more.
Sexual offenders, no matter what the age, should be pulled from school and receive immediate counseling services.
She's reached out to State Senator Patrick Testin. In a statement to News 8, Testin's office says it has been in touch with Jessica and our office is working with her and others to ensure that no children have to experience what her daughter did. In the meantime, Jessica's daughter still attends the same school as her attacker. She hopes to move her daughter to a different school next year.
I shouldn't have to change schools for my daughter to remain safe.
Jessica says she wants schools to be required to offer victims trauma counseling after an attack like the one her daughter experienced. On Sunday, News 8 Now, we will take a look at what actions, if any, schools can take to permanently remove troubled students. Vernon County Health Department has a new health screening program for the community. People 18 and older can now schedule a visit with a nurse to have a lipid panel, glucose, pulse, and blood pressure check. Visits will only take 30 minutes to complete, and nurses will send results back to the patient's primary care providers if there are any health concerns.
We know that people during the pandemic didn't seek out that preventative care that they typically would have. Clinics were closed. It was hard to get in, those types of things. So we just feel this is a really important service to give back to our community.
Every second Thursday of every month, there will be screenings held from 7:30 to 10:30 a.m. The checkups are free. We have more information on news8000.com. After serving the community for 10 years, special needs organization Person First Support Services and Homes is in need of more mentors. News 8 Now's Anna Fisher spoke to the founders of Person First and learned it's about the quality that speaks volumes to the families of the people they help care for.
I'm not even sure I can put words to it.
A decade of service helping an underserved community.
These kids, these adults, they need so much help and support in the world.
Person First was founded by a couple with a dream.
The reason why we started is because there was a definite need.
Doug Sullivan met Keith Brownrider over a decade ago.
We started at Cholita. Both of us were working there. There was a desire to help children.
Cholita is offering positions to help support people with special needs.
Brownrider helped Sullivan with his son Keegan, who has severe low-functioning autism.
He really set up the behavioral plan and coordinated the people that were helping us help Keegan.
After Keegan aged out of Cholita, he was transferred to a different home, one that was less equipped to handle his needs.
Frankly, I don't think they were very organized.
But thanks to Brownrider,
not only did he help us navigate through really a rough ending of that, but he also had a spot for Keegan to come into in their home.
Now, with 2 mentoring sites, 4 group homes, and 50 employees,
we've grown quickly over the past 10 years, yeah.
Person First is struggling to stay staffed.
We're not able to look at wages as far as competition with some of the other industries.
But the couple is remaining hopeful.
We need people working for Person First who can actually think outside of themselves.
If you want to make a difference in people's lives, like right now, like right away, this is a great way to do it.
Person First has mentoring sites in Galesville and La Crosse. If you are interested in learning more about Person First Support Services, visit our website at news8000.com. VARC, a local nonprofit that focuses on developing employment skills for people of all abilities, is opening up a child care center. The Gillette Street location will be for kids both with and without disabilities. The center is licensed to take care of 63 children from 6 weeks old to 7 years old. The nonprofit's director says having a new child care center will offer more options for area parents.
We just wanted to make that option available to families because of our expertise in supporting children with a number of life barriers. They could be behavioral challenges, emotional challenges.
VARC is hiring teachers for its preschool child care center. We have a link on our website. As the Mississippi River recedes from its spring flood levels, some areas in La Crosse are opening back up. The city of La Crosse Parks and Rec has announced that both the Cottonwood and Jim Asfor trails on La Crosse North Side are now open. As more trails begin to open, we will provide that information when we receive it. Still ahead on your morning news, Peloton announces its second major recall. We have the details on what could be the issue with your latest exercise equipment. For now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. They bandage our wounds, answer lots of questions, even poke us with needles sometimes. And today is a special day to honor them all around the world. It's International Nurses Day. Since 1965, May 12th is the day to honor the many contributions nurses make for our care and well-being. If you know a nurse, you know many work on their feet for long hours throughout the day and night. So do something a little special today for a nurse to show your appreciation. Don't go anywhere. Your consumer news at News 8 Now this morning after the break.
Wow, we have mostly cloudy skies out there. Look at the temperature though, 64 degrees, not a bad start to your Friday morning in terms of temperature. Like I said, we have cloudy skies out there. Winds are out of the east at 3 miles per hour. In terms of temperature across the Cooley region, upper 50s to low 60s is the rule right now. 58 in Sparta, 59 in Volk Field, 57 Black River Falls, 61 in Red Wing. Austin is checking in with 63 degrees, 63 in Boscobel. So overall, not a bad day in terms of temperature, but that rain chance will start to pick up as we go throughout the day. By the 8 o'clock hour, we'll see a temperature of 65 degrees, 40% chance of rain is in the forecast. We'll see temperatures in the 70s by the noon hour, then upper 60s, low 70s will be the rule by the 5 o'clock hour. We are seeing some rain being picked up on the radar scan right now, especially across our southern zones from Winneshiek County all the way to portions of Richland County. Now, a lot of this right now is not hitting the ground, but it is being picked up in the upper levels of the atmosphere. But the rain chances slowly increasing as we go throughout the next several hours. You can see that rain starting to inch its way northward into the central part of the Cooley region. Now, coming up in the first warn forecast, Mother's Day is this weekend, and I'll have that forecast later on. Sophia, over to you.
In your consumer news this morning, Americans are spending big for Mother's Day. The National Retail Association and Prosper Insights and Analytics says Sunday should set a new record. They predict consumers will shell out $35.7 billion for mom based on their yearly survey. According to the survey, 35 to 44-year-olds are the biggest spenders. The most popular Mother's Day gifts are flowers and cards. Peloton is recalling more than 2 million fitness bikes. The fitness company is telling people who have certain bikes to stop using them. The recall involves model number PL01 bikes. Peloton says the seat posts can break, which poses a risk of falling or getting hurt. The PL01 bikes were sold between January 2018 and now. If you have one of the bikes under recall, contact Peloton for a new seat. That's it for your morning consumer news. Let's check in with Eric in today's forecast.
All right, good morning, Sophia. Good morning, everybody. We're seeing temperatures in the 50s and 60s. Look at Eau Claire, 59 degrees. You have partly cloudy skies. Feels like 59 out there. Winds are calm. Look at your humidity. It's at 81%. La Crosse, we're at 64 degrees. We have cloudy skies out there. Humidity is at 84% with winds out of the east at 3 miles per hour. Other temperatures across the area in the 50s and 60s. So if you're getting the kiddos ready to go to school, we'll see temperatures staying in the 60s with cloudy skies. Will stay mostly cloudy as we go throughout the afternoon hours. We'll see that temperature right around 73 degrees. Hey, if you're an allergy sufferer, and I'm right there with you, allergy forecast for today, oak and trees will be on the high end, birch will be on the medium end. By Saturday, the oak will drop down to the medium side, birch will drop down to the low side, but the tree pollen, that's going to stay on the high end. Now, expect that tree pollen season to last a couple more weeks. The grass pollen is starting to show up this week. So here's a look at the radar scan right now, and you can see that line of heavy rain over towards our southern zones. We'll go ahead and move the map over towards portions of Winneshiek and Allamakee County over towards Crawford and Richland County. You can see that line of heavy rain just to the west of Prairie du Chien to the north of Highway 18. Looks like Postville seeing some heavy rain. Waukon, you'll see some in a few minutes as well. We'll go ahead and move the map farther north. You can see over towards portions of Alameda County, over towards the Caledonia area, Houston area, seeing some heavy rain at this hour. But a lot of this green on the radar scan is not hitting the ground, but it is being picked up in the upper levels of the atmosphere. So in terms of temperatures right now, as mentioned, 50s and 60s is the rule. Ladysmith, good morning to you guys. You're at 58. Eau Claire's at 59, 61 Winona, 63 Decorah, 61 Prairie du Chien, 63 in Boscobel. And we're warmer as compared to yesterday, a heck of a lot warmer. Look at this, 15 degrees warmer in Sparta, 15 degrees warmer in Volkfield, 12 degrees warmer in Black River Falls, 1 degree warmer in Eau Claire, 7 degrees warmer in La Crosse, 14 degrees warmer in Boscobel. So here's your setup. And as I mentioned, that rain is starting to inch its way into the Coulee region, so the rain chances will pick up as we go into the next several hours. We have a stationary boundary in play as well as a cold front. Now, what's going to happen is we're going to drop the temperatures as we go into the weekend. We're going to stay in the 70s for your Saturday, and then by Sunday, some places may not even see highs in the 60s. Some places will see temperatures in the upper 50s, but for today, 70s will be the rule. Our average high for this time of year is only 70 degrees. So the 80s yesterday was way above normal. Today, we're going to kind of hover right around normal. 73 will be the high in La Crosse, 72 New Albany, 71 Lansing, 73 in Boscobel. Stanley, you'll make it to 73. Ladysmith, you will make it to 73. And here's how we get to 73. We'll start the day off with temperatures in the mid 60s. We'll go to 73 by the noon hour, and then we'll see temperatures start to drop by the 4 o'clock hour with temperatures in the upper 60s to low 70s. The rain chances, though, will start to pick up, though, as we go throughout the mid to late morning hours. Then they will dwindle down throughout your evening hours. And here's Sky Tracker, and follow along with me as we go throughout the time frame here. Here's 7 a.m. There's that rain chance starting to pick up. Then you can see the rain chances starting to increase across the Coulee region by the noon hour. Maybe a stray shower or two for the evening and overnight hours. So if you have any plans tonight, make sure you just take the rain gear with you just in case we get under a stray shower or two. Maybe a stray shower in the morning hours of your Saturday, but then the rain chances start to pick up again by the afternoon and early evening hours. That takes us into your temperature trend. And watch what happens. There's the 70s for tomorrow, and keep an eye on the wind as we go into your Sunday. See how it shifts out of the north. That's what's going to usher in that cool air for your Mother's Day. So if you have plans to take your mom out, make sure you take the rain gear with you, and make sure you take a lightweight jacket because temperatures are going to be in the 60s. 65 will be the high for Mother's Day, but as mentioned, some places won't even see that, especially across our southern zones where we have temperatures in the upper 50s towards Prairie du Chien as well as Waukon. The next 8 days keeps us in the 70s for tomorrow, 60s for Sunday, back into the 70s for Monday, going into Tuesday with sunny skies. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a few minutes, but first, here's a look at this day in history.
Welcome to the Blitz. We're coming down the final stretch of the high school spring sports season, and when it comes to the softball schedule, the weather is finally getting warmer, so teams are getting the chance to make some games up. That's what two MVC rivals were doing yesterday in Holman. Vikings hosting rival Central for 2. Pitchers duel early in game 1. Pick it up, bottom 3. Vikings threatening 2 on for Izzy Jar. This one's hit deep, but not deep enough. Riverhawks get out of the jam. Top 4 now, 2 on for Central, but the Vikings buckle down, get the force at third. This one's still scoreless, heading to the bottom of the 4th. But check this play out from Central. The Riverhawks going to handle the safety squeeze to perfection. Lead runner caught in a rundown. Central's going to slap the tag down here. Great defense by the Riverhawks. But later on in the inning, the Vikings finally break through. Taylor Pulowski lofts one into center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Taylor Everson scores. Holman gets on the board. It's 1-0. Still in the 4th, Macy Klein stings one to shortstop. Too hot to handle. That's going to score another one for Holman. Vikings take a 2-run lead. They get the shutout win in game 1, 6-0. They also take game 2 by a final of 15-5. Round robin kicking off in the MVC. Onalaska hosting West Salem on the pitch. First half, Onalaska's Amaya Tessing gives it a rip here, but a nice stop by Kira Kelly to keep this one scoreless. 29th minute, Hilltoppers break through. Isabella Kromhiki stays with it. The freshman buries it into the back of the net. Onalaska takes a 1-0 lead. Panthers punch right back. Less than 2 minutes later, it's Kate Scarr heading this one home. Perfect execution from the Panthers. We're all tied up at 1. Other end, Tessing going back to work, but again, a great save here from the Panther goalie, keeping this one tied. Then later in the half, the Hilltoppers back at it, but Sam Niemeyer gets there in time to knock it away. Less than a minute to go now in the half, Tessing on the run, and this time the junior will not be denied. Hilltoppers go back in front. Onalaska gets the win over West Salem, 3-1. Central and Holman girls facing off at Field for Kids. 9th minute, Riverhawks on the attack. Couple passes sets up Kate Heiderscheit from the top of the box, but Holman keeper Ava Foster stretching out the arms for the save. We're still scoreless. 22nd minute, bouncing pass gets to the foot of Central's Avery Bosshard. From almost 30 yards out, the sophomore beautiful strike. Riverhawks take a 1-0 lead. 31st minute, off a corner for Holman, loose ball in the box, but Central's Laura Lapp is going to end the threat. Riverhawks hang on for the win, 2-1. Rubber game for the Padres and Twins at Target Field. Fernando Tatis Jr. not wasting any time. First batter of the game. This one gets out in a hurry. It's 1-0 San Diego. Still a 1-run lead for the Padres in the fourth, but Kyle Farmer changes that with one swing of the bat. He lifts it high and deep to left. This ball was crushed. It's 2-2. Top 5 now. Runetto Odor is going to break the tie here. He drills one deep to right. And this ball is way gone. Solo shot for Odor puts the Padres back on top. Let's go to the 7th now. Game tied at 3-2 on for Carlos Correa. And boy, did he need that one. He lines a base hit down the left field line. That's going to be trouble. The caroms off the wall. Both runs are going to score. Twins take the series. They hang on for the win, 5-3. That's going to do it for the Blitz. We'll see you tonight.
In the Cooley region, a group of businesses came together to host the 10th annual Leadership Speaker Breakfast. Epic 21 helps provide resources for junior achievement of the Cooley region to help prepare students to become successful business leaders. The founder of Epic 21 says that these skills are important to teach the next generation of business leaders.
Well, I think they need to learn just the realities of what it takes to be in business, what it takes to own a business, what it takes to be a good follower as well as a good leader. And I think all of those skills, both hard and soft skills, are extremely important for them to learn at an early age.
For over 30 years, Junior Achievement has provided mentorship on financial literacy and career readiness to Northwest Wisconsin students with the help of businesses like Epic 21. La Crosse area nonprofit leaders are learning the tools to guide their organizations to long-term success. 16 nonprofit leaders earned their certificates in a nonprofit leadership development course at Viterbo University. The La Crosse Community Foundation partnered with Viterbo to offer the class. One certificate recipient comes from a music education background. She says the course has encouraged her to take her musical nonprofit to the next level.
This is a great way for me to feel more successful and more prepared with the more business side of things and not just the music knowledge side of things that go into it as well.
The course is a relaunch of a Viterbo course that went dormant back in 2014. Toma students are getting the chance to show off their artistic talents. High schoolers have been working on 4-foot by 7-foot murals of snapshots on the area's history. The panels will be hung on the outside of the Toma Area Historical Society and Museum. The murals represent the Ho-Chunk community, farmers, and historic buildings. One student says she did some research before painting the Little Red Schoolhouse in Gillette Park and learned something new.
I did some Googling about the history of it and learned that it was built somewhere else and then moved later on after it had stopped being in use.
5 of the murals are complete and 2 more are on their way to being finished. At 84, most of us will be past the retirement age. News 8 Now's chief photographer Chuck Odesma found one piano accompanist who still enjoys playing for the kids in today's eyepiece.
It is needed, yes. There is such a need to keep the music going in schools.
Playing today?
Well, I think I am, yeah.
Especially in a small school like this, a lot of teachers just have pre-recorded music and sing to that. Bill's been there, especially for elementary, all 32 years that I've been teaching.
Yes,
I really enjoy the elementary because that's what I taught all my career was elementary, 3rd and 4th grade mostly. It's rewarding because when parents come and tell you how much they enjoy what you're doing, why it kind of is a good feeling, and like I say, it's something that isn't work, it's fun for me. It's therapy for me. It's really therapy for me. I just can sit down and play piano, and it just relaxes me, and it's just like having therapy.
Mr. Quickney's been doing this for a long time, so thank you, Mr. Quickney.
North Crawford will have a concert this Monday for the 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders, and Bill Quingney plans to be there. Here is Eric to tell us what our driving conditions are today. Eric.
All right, take a look at the highs from yesterday. Look at this. We were in the 70s and 80s. Keep in mind our average high for this time of year is only 70 degrees, and that's kind of where we're going to hover around today, is right around normal. I'm going with 73. But still not bad at all. And look at this, over towards portions of Allamakee County, just to the south and southwest of the New Albany area, towards the Waukon area, seeing some heavy rain at this hour. It's starting to finally rain across portions of La Crosse County right now. So if you have plans to go out this morning, make sure you have the wipers on. A couple times you'll be okay. Now, over the past several hours, we had temperatures in the 60s. We're sitting at 64 degrees. And as I said, it's raining here in La Crosse. Feels like 64 out there. Humidity is at 84% with winds out of the east at 3 miles per hour. And right now we are in the 50s and 60s. Now, coming up in the next check of weather, we're going to talk about Mother's Day weekend. If you have plans for your mom, make sure she has the rain gear and a light jacket, because we will see highs in the 60s. Sophia.
Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, happy 8 months to Kaisley. Kaisley is a baby who loves being the center of attention, snuggling, and loves animals.
Happy 8th birthday to Bailey. Bailey is a singing superhero princess that enjoys karate, soccer, and dance.
Happy 8th birthday to Jenny. Jenny is sweet, caring, funny, and loves her family.
Happy 8th birthday to Jaslyn and Juliana. Juliana loves Baby Yoda, playing sports and riding her bike. Jaslyn loves to craft and play Roblox.
Love me some Baby Yoda. Happy 8th birthday to Marley. Marley is a very active girl. She loves to help at home. She loves her chickens and plays hockey.
If you know a special someone turning 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88 years old soon, we'd love to feature them.
Do us a favor, just upload their photo to our website at news8000.com and look for the Submit Pictures button under the Home tab on our website.
We will be right back after the break.
All right, here's a live look outside. You can see the rain is starting to come down across portions of La Crosse County. We're at 64 degrees. We have cloudy skies out there. Humidity is sitting at 84% with winds out of the east at 3 miles per hour. In Eau Claire, good morning to you guys. You're sitting at 59 degrees with partly cloudy skies. Humidity is at 81%. And you have a nice calm wind out there. So if you have plans to take your mom out for Mother's Day, here's your forecast. We'll see temperatures in the mid-60s. We're going to keep the thunderstorm chance in the forecast. The radar scan right now, we have a little bit of heavy rain being picked up, especially across our southern zones. We'll go ahead and zoom in across portions of Allamakee County. You can see that line of heavy rain pushing its way just to the east of the Waukon area. As we go ahead and move the map a little bit farther north, you can see the rain is starting to pick up across portions of Houston County, go up into portions of Winona County, over towards the St. Charles area, seeing some heavy rain at this hour. Some of this, though, is not hitting the ground. It's being picked up in the upper levels of the atmosphere. In terms of temperatures right now, we're in the 50s and 60s. Not a bad start to your morning in terms of temperature. And as I've mentioned throughout the day, our average high is 70 degrees. We're going to make it to 73 for today. We are warmer as compared to yesterday, especially in our eastern zones. Look at Sparta, 15 degrees warmer in Volkfield, 11 degrees warmer in Black River Falls, 1 degree warmer in Eau Claire, 2 degrees warmer in Winona, 4 degrees warmer in Decorah, 14 degrees warmer in Boscobel. So that rain chance is going to continue to increase as we go into the evening and overnight hours. And you're noticing the track here. It's taking a south to north approach. So it's going to pretty much move this way into the Eau Claire area as we go into the next couple of hours. So again, this is something we'll be keeping an eye on as this inches closer into the Coulee region and even into the Chippewa Valley. So here's your setup. We have a stationary boundary to the north. We have a cool front to the north as well. We're going to see highs staying in the 70s for today going into tomorrow. And then we'll drop those temperatures for Mother's Day. So today, there you go, 70s across the majority of the area, upper 60s towards Waukon, 68 Caledonia, 69 Winona, 72 Wabasha, Menominee, you'll make it to 71, Ladysmith will make it to 72, Black River Falls will make it to 71. And here's how we get to 73 for today. We'll see temperatures staying in the 60s throughout the mid-morning hours. By the noon hour, we'll see that temperature of 73. Then it starts to drop by the 4 o'clock hour. We'll go to 71. Then upper 60s will be the rule by 8 o'clock. You see the precip chances starting to pick up a little bit throughout the morning hours, and then they dwindle down as we go into your evening hours. And here's like a sky tracker. And follow me as we start the clock here and take a look here at the morning hours. You can see that rain chance as advertised starting to ramp up. Then it dwindles down into the evening and overnight hours. Now, if you have any plans for tonight, take the rain gear with you just in case you get under a stray shower or two. Sky Tracker's trying to paint that in the forecast. And then by Saturday morning, a stray shower or two is not out of the question. And then the rain chances pick up yet again in the afternoon hours. Now, in terms of temperature, keep an eye on the wind. I want to go ahead and zoom this map in because I want to focus more on the wind direction and why we're going to cool off substantially for your Sunday. So here's Saturday at 9 p.m. and keep an eye on the wind particles right here. And you see how they start to take more of a northerly approach. That's going to usher in that cool air for Sunday. And by 4 o'clock, we're only going into the 60s. As a matter of fact, the high on Sunday is only 65 degrees. In some places, may not even see that. Some places, especially across our southern zones, may only see highs in the 50s, 59 in Lansing, 57 Waukon, 61 Caledonia, 65 will be the high in Winona, and then 70s from Eau Claire over towards Ladysmith. Now, the 8-day keeps us in the 70s for your Saturday, 60s for Sunday, back into the 70s for Monday and Tuesday with mostly sunny skies, low 70s for Wednesday, but I'm going to keep the rain chance in the forecast Wednesday in the evening and overnight hours. Otherwise, we'll see plenty of sun. And then Thursday, thunderstorm chances pick up yet again. Sophia, over to you.
This morning we have Eric Vos with us to tell us about the La Crosse Community Theater's production of Rent this weekend. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
What is Rent?
Rent is a show about impoverished artists living in the Alphabet City era of Lower Manhattan as they struggle with life, coming together with family, loneliness, all sorts of issues, also under the cloud of the AIDS epidemic in the late 80s.
So the community theater is putting it on. Is it only locals in the production?
Yes, it is only community members, Viterbo students, UWL students, but all our talent is local. We don't hire any professional actors, though some of the students might eventually be professional actors. The level of talent they have is just absolutely amazing. La Crosse is really blessed with all this talent.
So this weekend is your second weekend.
Yes.
How did opening weekend go?
Opening weekend went really well. We had good crowds. They enjoyed the show. They were very lively. Lots of cheering, lots of standing ovations. It was an excellent performance.
So if someone wants to see the second weekend, where, when?
The shows are tonight at 7:30, Saturday at 7:30, and Sunday at 2 at the Weber Center for the Performing Arts. That's 428 South. 428 Front Street South here in La Crosse, and they can go to lacrossetheater.com yeah, lacrossetheater.com to see the show.
Can they get tickets at Webster or?
Yes, they can get tickets before the performance at the Weber Center.
So why is having a production like Rent so important for the lacrosse community?
Rent covers a lot of different themes that are still very relevant today. A lot of it's about isolation, finding found family in the face of an epidemic. We just had a pandemic ourselves that we had to deal with. Coming together, finding people, finding common ground, learning healing through arts. So it covers all sorts of relevant themes still in this day and age that still help people out and get
What
people
is
going.
your favorite part about the production?
My favorite part about the production is the energy that the casts bring to the stage, that it is just a lively group of people. You can tell they're having fun out there. They're embodying these artists greatly when they do the song Lo Vi Bohème, which is kind of the anthem of the artist who's struggling to find their purpose and their way. They're just having a blast on stage, and it's the whole cast is a part of that number. So
how long does the cast prepare for a production like
there's an 8-week rehearsal process
so
that
long
we go
time.
through. So yeah, they're at it for quite a while.
If someone's interested in being in a next production you have, how can they get involved?
If you watch our social media, we have audition announcements for each upcoming show. We also have an auditions page on our website that we'll post. You can also volunteer to help out in the costume shop by sewing and building the costumes, or in our scene shop to help build the sets. You can even just volunteer to usher, and that is a way you can actually see the show without having to pay for the tickets. So that's kind of our reward to people who come and usher for us.
I think a lot of times people forget there's so much more behind the scenes than just the person who's on stage that goes on. So if all of that doesn't get people out to go this weekend, what can you say to get viewers to come watch your production?
It is just such an excellent production. The cast is so talented, such high energy. It's really worth seeing. We had a patron who saw it on opening night who stopped a member of our orchestra on stage and asked them what city they were going to next, because he mistook it for a Broadway tour. So we're that high quality on stage and everything. So it's that good. It's as good as a Broadway production.
I'll have to check it out. All right. Well, thank you very much for being here. Make sure to check out Rent this weekend for more information. They do have a website, and it'll be a live production this weekend. Check it out. We'll be right back after the break. Time for your morning news now. Peloton is recalling more than 2 million fitness bikes. The recall involves model number PL01 bikes. Peloton says the seat posts can break, which poses a risk of falling or getting hurt. The PL01 bikes were sold between January 2018 and now. If you have one of the bikes under recall, contact Peloton for a new seat. Vernon County Health Department has a new health screening program for the community. People 18 and older can now schedule a visit with a nurse to have a lipid panel, glucose, pulse, and blood pressure check. Visits will only take 30 minutes to complete, and nurses will send results back to the patient's primary care providers if there are any health concerns.
We know that people during the pandemic didn't seek out that preventative care that they typically would have. Clinics were closed. It was hard to get in, those types of things. So we just feel this is a really important service to give back to our community.
Every second Thursday of every month, there will be screenings held from 7:30 to 10:30 a.m. The checkups are free. We have a link with more information on news8000.com. VARC, a local nonprofit that focuses on developing employment skills for people of all abilities, is opening up a child care center. The Gillette Street location will be for kids both with and without disabilities. The center is licensed to take care of 63 children from 6 weeks old to 7 years old. The nonprofit's director says having a new child care center will offer more options for area parents.
We just wanted to make that option available to families because of our expertise in supporting children with a number of life barriers. They could be behavioral challenges, emotional challenges.
VARC is hiring teachers for its preschool child care center. We have a link on our website. La Crosse area nonprofit leaders are learning the tools to guide their organizations to long-term success. 16 nonprofit leaders earned their certificates in a nonprofit leadership development course at Viterbo University. The La Crosse Community Foundation partnered with Viterbo to offer the class. One certificate recipient comes from a music background. She says the course has encouraged her to take her musical nonprofit to the next level.
This is a great way for me to feel more successful and more prepared with the more business side of things and not just the music knowledge side of things that go into it as well.
The course is a relaunch of a Viterbo course that went dormant back in 2014. Toma students are getting the chance to show off their artistic talents. High schoolers have been working on 4-foot by 7-foot murals of snapshots of the area's history. The panels will be hung on the outside of the Toma Area Historical Society and Museum. The murals represent the Ho-Chunk community, farmers, and historic buildings. One student says she did some research before painting the Little Red Schoolhouse in Gillette Park and learned something new.
I did some Googling about the history of it and learned that it was built somewhere else and then moved later on after it had stopped being in use.
2 areas in La Crosse are opening back up. The City of La Crosse Parks and Rec has announced that both the Cottonwood and Jim Asford trails on La Crosse North Side are open. As more trails begin to open, we will provide that information when we receive it.
All right, one final look at the next 8 days. We have temperatures going into the 70s with rain chances for today. That trend continues for your Saturday. Mother's Day, substantially cooler, 65 degrees with thunderstorm chances, so make sure you have the rain gear if you have plans to take your mom out. Mid to upper 70s will be the rule with mostly sunny skies for your Monday and Tuesday, then low 70s for Wednesday, mid 70s for Thursday with thunderstorm chances. I want to draw your attention to Wednesday real quick though. That rain chance will be in the evening and overnight hours. We will see abundant sunshine.
Thanks, Eric.
You bet.
And thank you for watching News 8 Now. Don't forget to keep up with the news of the day on news8000.com. We will have the latest updates to today's top stories on News 8 Now at noon. Have a great day, everyone, and thank you for watching News 8.